I made a, like, special I had sweet potatoes, but I make sweet potato casserole that's got,
Mhm.
the marshmallows and the sugar and
Yeah.
butter. I made
Mhm.
that. I made, like, one for me that had no sugar or marshmallows, and then I
Mhm.
made one, for everybody else. And then I made stuffing, that was pork rinds instead of the stuffing, like the
Right.
actual bread. And I
Yeah.
used pork rinds for mine, and
Great.
then I just made my regular one for everybody else. So I ate pretty good. I had, like, a slice of, pumpkin pie and, like, like, a sliver of, apple pie, and that was it. And I was like I didn't eat any leftovers except for, like, the turkey. Oh my god, Mo. My, turkey that, I did the basket weave of bacon all around
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Did you see that picture I posted?
Uh-huh.
That was the pre. I didn't even take the post because it was so good. It was the juiciest, it was the
Yum.
juiciest turkey. Like, I can't even tell you, it was falling apart juicy just because of the bacon fat
Bacon
just
fat, yeah.
oh,
Uh-huh.
it was it was so good. Like,
Yum.
it
I'll
was the
have
best.
to
I'll never make turkey the same. I'll never make turkey other than that way,
right.
ever. Just
Maybe
because
I'll
I normally don't
try
like
that
turkey because
next
it's
year.
always dry,
Yeah,
and it
that's
was
why
so
we just get
easy.
Costco chicken and we just, like, reheated it in the oven, it was fine.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. It's all
Because the turkey's always dry.
it's
You're listening to the Flippin' Fantastic Podcast.
If you're watching this and you aren't subscribed, go hit that button right now and watch this.
Let's be real, we're the #1 reselling podcast.
Yeah, I've been feeling good. I haven't other than that little bit during Thanksgiving, I haven't cheated or whatever on the
That's good.
carnivore.
Yeah,
So,
that's good.
yeah.
I'm not there yet, but, I'm trying not to eat this. I
Mhm.
haven't been eating a lot of, like, sweets or desserts or anything.
Matt went camping this weekend at our property,
Right.
and I sent him with a bunch of leftovers,
Mhm.
and he ate carbs all weekend. Oh, yeah, like, I made rolls and stuff, he took all that, but he's back on it. We had steak last night for dinner. It was
Well,
good.
see, and then he probably lost 10 pounds. I hate men. They're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna eat and I'm gonna take a walk." 10 pounds down. Me.
Exactly.
Ugh. I wanted, like, a day over the weekend to rest, and I did not get it. Everybody's
Really?
like, this, that, the other thing, yeah. Like, I went out with my mom and my sister on Saturday, and then I had to my paranormal group, we have a storage unit for all our stuff, and we switched it
Oh, okay.
to do that one day, it and then I went shopping with my mom and my sister, and then yesterday I was like, "I'm gonna sleep a little later, and then I'm gonna do eBay stuff." But I had to take my parents somewhere yesterday. Um, it's like, can people leave me alone? Which is why I didn't get up till like 8:20. I kept pushing the snooze
Oh
this
my
morning.
gosh.
Uh,
Yeah. Hey, if you need it, you need it,
yeah,
Sleep
yeah,
in. Who cares?
I
Just
needed
don't
it.
wake up with, like, lines on your face like me with the pillow lines. I
I've
had to,
done that
like,
before.
good get a good steam on my face to release the
Yeah, that's
release
mhm,
or the creases, I guess, not
yeah,
wrinkles.
mhm.
No wrinkles. I'm in denial, no
I
wrinkles.
don't have wrinkles. I just have this,
What what do you mean by this?
this sagging.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Get some
yeah,
face tape, some
yeah,
good
right.
stuff.
Well, I feel like extra saggy today because I really did just wake up and I was all puffy. I'm like, oh, trying to get my eyes were like all red, and my husband didn't turn
Oh,
the
no.
humidifier on the heater, so it's been running because it's freezing, and my nose is all sore.
But at least we've been, good as far as, like I feel like this has been, like, the first cold weekend,
Yeah.
like, really cold,
We had a
you know?
couple. We had a
So it's
couple.
December.
Yeah, it's December. Yeah, we had a couple nights in November that were like cold, but it wasn't that cold the rest of the day. Like it's
Mhm.
like not getting up.
Yeah.
It's only getting up to like 40 today. You know what I mean? The weekend
So I feel
was
like we've
cold.
been
Yeah.
blessed with a good I feel like we've been
Oh,
blessed with a longer fall
yeah.
than typical, you know what I
hmm
mean? And then now I feel like it's gonna be cold, and then hopefully,
Well, they're
spring
getting some
comes.
snow up there in the by the lakes up there,
And
the Great
yeah,
Lakes.
I
That
saw, like oh, yeah. Like, one of the people I follow lives in Michigan, and it's,
yeah,
like, whiteout conditions. It's, like, filming,
yeah.
driving and well,
hmm
really not good, though. It was, like, white. Everything was white. I was like, "Oh
Right.
my gosh." Like,
No, thank
that's
you. How were your
yeah, I agree.
how are your sales over the Black Friday,
Oh,
Cyber Monday weekend?
great. I
By
can't
the way,
complain. Like,
all the online stores are just cheating. They have Black Friday prices and then they just keep them till Monday. And they're just this then they
yeah,
turn their little labels into Cyber Monday and it's all the same.
exactly. It is. I agree. I did do a little, shopping, online shopping, and, did my checkout yesterday for the deals went down. But my eBay has been doing great. Like, if I could do this all year round, it would be, it would be fantastic. They've been great. They've been, like, selling, like, old stock. Oh, well, I guess I should preface it by saying I did a 15% off coupon in my entire store,
Yeah.
from Thursday night, and it ended on Monday night at midnight. So that whole weekend, that whole
Mhm.
Thanksgiving weekend,
Yeah.
had that 15% off. So I did great, like, just sales were coming in and getting rid of old stuff, like old inventory. It's just so funny. Here's my little rant, like, my little hands on my hips. I have the coupon in my store, so it's taking 15% off of the
Yeah.
stuff, and people are still sending me best offer of, like, even lower, and I'm like, "God,"
No.
but whatever.
Mhm.
If it was, like, 25% or less off, is that the right? Yeah, I took the offer. I just was like, move the
Right.
inventory, which,
Yeah.
which will, like, push me in the algorithm and get more things sold,
Right.
so
Now I've only tried, like, sales and coupons a few times, and they were a bust. Probably because I don't have that much stuff in my or didn't have that much stuff in my store. I have a little bit more now. The,
Mhm.
does, um if you have a coupon and they send you an offer, can they use the coupon on the offer, or is it no? Okay.
No, they don't stack.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I have had people in the past, not this sales cycle, but before, somebody had sent me, like, the same situation. They sent me an offer less than my coupon, and
Yeah.
then I accepted it, and then they wrote me and was like, "Oh, your coupon isn't working." And I was like, "Yeah, you can't stack the 2." And I said, "But you got the better deal than using the coupon." And I was like, "You can cancel if you want." And they were like, "No, I'll still take it." But I thought, "Wha You thought I was gonna give it to you for 30% off and then take another 15 off of
Right. I
that
mean,
price?" I'm a small business, guys,
I know.
you know?
I mean, I understand trying to get a deal, but I always
I know.
you I mean, you've said it before. I do the same thing. I'll, like, put something on my watch on eBay and wait for them to send me an offer. Now, if I think it's still too high, I might counter it, but because I'll
Mhm.
look at what it just sold for, you know. But if it's, within what it's selling for, if I'm really am going to buy
100%.
it, I'll take it. But most people aren't actual eBay sellers that are buying from you, so.
I saw in our little our chat that you had an international sale. I
Mhm.
think we need to have, like, a confetti
Finally.
party.
Ooh. I'm
What was it? Where's it going?
it is it was like a $10 uh felt Santa that I had free shipping on. Like one of those like ones that hangs up, the legs and arms move. I mean, it's probably
Oh,
from
yeah.
it looks vintage, but it's not, you know? And
Uh-huh.
I don't know where I got it from. I don't know. I probably was at like an estate sale or something and just picked up a whole bunch of Christmas stuff, one of those,
Yeah.
and it was probably like a quarter or something. But I had free shipping on it. I was like, son of a gun. I mean, it didn't cost much
Where
to
was it
ship, but
going?
I
Do you
probably
remember?
made it's going to Australia. They don't.
Really?
I'm
Oh,
like, they
wow.
don't have $10 felt Santas in Australia. That you got to order it from me.
Oh,
But
no.
whatever. It's
And I
on its
wonder how
way.
long it'll take to get to Australia.
I don't know. Is it going to
Wonder how
get there?
long? I
Is it
don't
even going to
know.
get there before
That's
Christmas? I don't know.
yeah, exactly. That's great though, you broke the mold, you broke the seal
Finally, I'm telling
for,
you, I
your
was like,
international sales.
I looked at it when it sold, and I was like, wait, where's that going? I'm like, oh, it's wherever that is in Illinois. I'm like, oh my god, I finally
Mm,
sold one. I'm
wow.
telling you, before they changed over, I sold at least one thing overseas a week, at least one. Nothing since then, except for this. And how long has it been? It's been like a year or two, over a year, right? You used to send
Yeah,
it
I
to
think so.
Kentucky,
I
and now
think
you
it's
just
over
send
a
it to
year.
Illinois. I mean, it's the same thing. They changed the name. I even opted out of it for a
Yeah,
little bit. I opted out for a little bit. I let it sit, go through a day or so,
yeah.
and then I opted back in. That was a while ago. And I still, I was like, well, maybe I need to, turn it off and on again. Yeah,
You've been, taken out of the corner, now you're sitting at the big kids' table.
finally. I know. Yeah, I guess so. I'm out of timeout.
I know. I had, um I had a couple international I think I had 2 this week, but one of them is going to Canada, and you know how they have that Canadian postal strike?
Yeah.
And, of course, my little ADHD mind was like, "Oh," I had to write them and go, how do you, how are you gonna get this if
Right.
the postal service is on strike?"
Hope
But,
you
of
don't
course,
need
I
it for
didn't, but
Christmas.
I
Yeah.
just thought yeah, because whatever I can't remember what it was. but it was like a smaller package. Like, I think it was under a pound.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if their service is like our service where, first not first class, but, like ground. Like, what do they do for small packages? Do they have UPS? I don't know how that works up there
I
in
don't know.
Canada.
I have
They have
no
like
idea.
I'm just curious if it's, like, super delayed, super delayed when they get
All
there.
I
It
know
wasn't
is
like a Christmas item.
all I know is my parents had friends that lived in Canada, like family friends, and
Mhm.
stuff took a long
And
time
what?
to get to and from anyway. And they always said, Canada Post. They used to say it was, it's Canada Post that sucked. I don't know.
Wonder if that's their is that like their USPS, Canada
Yeah.
Post? Maybe because it's not there's so much barren space. I'm assuming it's barren. I'm sure everyone lives near the equator. Is that the lower latitudes, closer
The
to the
equator.
equator.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
sure there's
mean,
not a lot of people that live up near, like, the Huts what's that place called?
no.
That big
Way up.
lake in the
Yeah.
middle up there. Can't
Yeah,
imagine
well, yeah, their
it's
population's
like.
concentrated. Oh, you ever watched Curiosity Incorporated though? He's like in Edmonton. Like snows like 8 months out of the year.
Oh, oh,
That's kind of in the middle.
is he the one that drives that Ghostbuster car? Is that guy?
Well, he drives old cars. I don't know if he had. Yeah, he had like a
Oh,
one
okay.
of those kind of cars. I mean, it didn't look like Ghostbusters, but yeah, it was like an old. Yeah, he had that old hearse
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you've never watched it before, I highly suggest you go and you watch his the Potter series where he basically somebody called him and said, "Do you want to come look in this house for stuff?" She was an artist, blah blah blah. And he finds all this stuff and then he figures out who she was, and she was like this really famous like artist, like she did pottery. Like she actually
Uh-huh.
like did it in the way like the natives would do. I was they call it First Nations up there and stuff. And anyway, she was like recognized
Huh.
by like world organizations and different things. Anyway,
Oh, wow.
a lot of hoarding in her later life. But they ended up buying the house and
Okay.
cleaning it out. It found so much of her art and pottery, and they sold. And I think they did auctions on it. And some of it went. I don't know if it went back to the family. So I think it went to like a nonprofit for artists or something. Anyway, it was really good. I watched that series.
Wow.
Really interesting about. I forget what her name was. Mary something.
How long ago did he do that?
Mm,
Has it been a
Year or
while? Or
two,
is it
I want to say. I don't know.
yeah.
It's up there. I
Huh.
think he's got it on a playlist. I think you can watch it that way.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
But anyway, they're
Interesting.
in Edmonton
I'm
and,
gonna
it's
I'm
snow,
gonna look
and
him
there's
up.
like constantly snow up there. I'm like, "Arr."
No way.
No,
No,
thank you.
no, thank you. I can't. No way. I can't live in a ton of snow. Like, I'm good for snow for a day and,
Mm-mm.
while it's pretty,
Yeah,
but then after
me too.
that, I'm like, the nuisance to me,
Yeah, I'm okay.
Other
Like
than that.
once in the winter, that's okay, and then I'm over it. I'm over it.
Yeah, there's no way. I am dreading like, the leaves are falling right now, and when I did wake up this morning, there was some, I had when I let the dogs out, I could see, like, it was, like, uh, white from the frozen dew. I was
Right?
like,
Yeah.
"Oh, no.
Frost.
Here we
Mm-hmm.
go." Oh my gosh, Mel, I've been waiting to tell you this because of your paranormal stuff, but first, I have to say, on my personal channel, I'm doing 25 days of Thriftmas where I am posting a video every day until Christmas, and I'm just consumed with editing. Like, it's a lot of editing. Obviously, I only post normally once a week, and now I'm
Right.
posting and editing a
You
video every
crazy.
single day. I am crazy. But, we went to an estate sale. Let's just say it said a yard sale. It wasn't advertised anywhere. There was just a sign that we just happened to see, and we were driving down the road, and it was like a long road, and I was like, "Oh my god, maybe it's an old sign." So we kept going, and then we eventually found it. We get there, and it's not a garage sale, it's an estate sale. And I was like, "Oh, maybe there's some good stuff here because, nobody saw it, the
Right.
signs, or it's
Mm-hmm.
not advertised."
Yeah.
We go there, and it is gonna say, I think that the house was supposed to have been, like, abandoned. It was, like, the people that were having it, it was their grandmothers,
Mm-hmm.
and she said that they were using the house as storage, like, people were just coming and dropping stuff off in the house. Like, there had been no, she said there was, like, no HVAC that was running in the house and stuff, so there was, like, possible mold on the walls and stuff like that, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you could tell the stuff had been there for a long time. As we were walking up, I didn't say anything to Matt, but I filmed this too. As we're walking up, I just got this vibe like I don't know, just got this vibe of I don't know, kind of like darkness or whatever, and I just was like, "Oh, I wonder if it's just because of the weather, whatever." So we go in and we're
The
like looking
mold.
around and there's stuff.
Breathing in the mold.
Maybe. Yeah, it could have been. So we go in and look around, and there's stuff everywhere, like, all over the place, and you could tell they had been here for decades, like, a lot of this stuff.
Mhm.
So we're going through and filming and finding things, whatever, whatever, whatever. We buy some stuff, and then we leave. We were there for probably, like, 30 minutes. I was editing that video. My microphones, we each wear a microphone. So Matt has a mic, I have a mic, and
Mhm.
I charge it in between each yard sale and each estate sale.
Right.
So there's, like,
Mhm.
absolutely no way it would, like, lose its charge.
Mhm.
So we're going through the house and, obviously I'm thinking the mics are fine because there's like blue lights and green lights on the mic. So I always check those to make sure they're
Yeah.
working. And
Mhm.
they were working. They were working fine. So when I'm editing it, so there's like five different pieces of footage. The first two pieces of footage are working great. As far as the sound and the audio, or the audio and the video were fine.
Mhm.
I get to the middle one and it starts going beep, beep. And then it starts like cutting in and out, beep, beep. And I was like, oh no, I wonder if all of the footage is going to be ruined because, I had two more frames or two
Yeah.
more videos.
Mhm.
So I was like, "Oh my gosh." So I looked at the other 2 to make sure they were good. They were perfect. Like, the audio was working great. There was
Mhm.
no problem. So I edited it and stuff, and then I was telling Matt about it, and then I thought about it, and I was like, "You know what? Why would it do that? Like, why would it be messing up in the middle, but then there was no problems for the next 20 minutes of the video?" So I went back this weekend and looked at that piece of footage, that 5-minute video,
Yeah.
and I'm listening to it. It's like go my microphone would go out, and then it would pop back on, and then his would go out and pop back on, and then you would hear beep, 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 and then, whatever, and then later on you'd hear beep, and then beep, 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 and it was only in this one room that it was happening. So, I was like, "That's so strange." So then I, like, not zoomed in, but, like, really paid attention to the video to
Yeah.
see if I could see, like, o orbs or something, and there's, like, green and blue lights, like, going across the screen, and I, like, dropped my phone, like, as if it was gonna touch me. So it was on my lap. But I was like, "Oh my gosh," and then I paid attention to where those lights were, and then
Mhm.
when we walked closer to that part of the room where those lights were, that's where the beeping and
Hmm.
it cutting in and out got stronger.
Grandma didn't
So
want
I
you
was like,
taking
"Oh
her
my god,
stuff.
maybe." I was just like, "Oh my god, that's so weird."
Yeah.
Like, I just thought that was so strange.
Yeah.
And then that just made me think, "Oh my god, I remember I thought I had this, like, feeling before we walked in of,
Uh-huh.
like, like it wasn't so much heaviness, it was or darkness, it was like a heaviness
Yeah.
that I felt,
Uh-huh.
which I assumed is like a darkness. So, I don't know. That was my, um that was my paranormal
Grandma was
thing, Mo. What do you think?
PO'd. It could be something,
What
'cause
do
I
you
mean,
think?
stuff like
Because you
that
guys
happens.
video stuff.
Yeah, stuff like that happens, like, you have something and it doesn't stops working or your battery's drained real quick or and you can't explain why because it doesn't happen any other time. I would say in the summertime, if it's really hot, batteries drain faster, but it's not. It's cool. It's cold out now,
Mhm.
so you should be getting all the bang for your buck on your charge. Like, if it wasn't a lens flare, like certain iPhone, you don't have an iPhone though. They're notorious for
Yeah.
like a lens flare, but you have to have like a source of light coming at you, and then it'll be in the same. If you move, the light moves, but if you move and the light doesn't move,
Mhm.
that's something else.
I don't know. It was moving across the screen, but I don't know. I could have just been reading into it, but it
Hmm.
looked like it moved across the screen and then it kinda stopped
Yeah,
and then streaked the other way. I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know. It could have been, I don't
The
know.
the only thing to look for that is like, uh, you know, see if you were moving, if it was moving with your motion.
Mhm.
If it wasn't, then that's something pretty odd. That's how we would look at it.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah. I
That
mean,
was
just if you
she might not have liked that everybody was in there digging through her stuff.
I
She was,
know. Yeah, it was definitely weird. And I don't remember there being any lights on in the house either. Like, it was just lights from the windows that were
oh,
coming
okay.
in,
Yeah, I
you
was
know?
wondering, was
Because
there electricity or anything, or maybe not? Did they have it turned off?
No, because I remember some of the footage I couldn't even use because the rooms were
It was
so
too
dark,
dark.
like,
Hmm.
I just had to scrap it, yeah, but,
Yeah.
yeah, there was one room that had, like, 100-year-old books, and, I
Oh,
mean, they were
geez.
bad, like,
Yeah.
there was a lot of stuff in this house that I was interested in,
Hmm.
but the condition of it,
Uh,
of the books and the things, like,
yeah.
there was, like
Well, if they weren't running the
You know,
heater,
there
the
was
air conditioner, yeah, they were. They were, and you said decades. Nobody's been in there. It's just deteriorating.
I mean, I guess, 'cause she said that people would use it for storage, but I didn't that was just weird. Just going through and seeing that and,
So, like,
you know
family members were just going and dumping their crap there. So grandma's stuff was already there, and they were just dumping their crap.
I guess, I don't know. Yeah, it was happening 2 weekends, and I
Hmm.
was gonna go back the next weekend because
Yeah.
they had a bathroom filled with totes. Like, she opened it so I could see. They were, like, 4 totes high, and it was all Christmas stuff.
Oh, geez.
And she was like, "And we have a bunch of Christmas stuff we're gonna bring out next weekend,
Hmm.
and, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh, I wanna go back because of the Christmas stuff." But then, once I finally got home and thought about it, I was like, "The condition of this stuff is probably gonna be bad,"
Yeah.
the condition of the other things. Like, the stuff that I bought was, like, brass and cast iron, so it
Yeah,
was,
stuff
like,
that,
not
yeah.
porous.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I cleaned it,
Hmm.
so, because you could just smell it. But I didn't go back. I just said, "I'm just gonna have to pass because
Right.
I don't wanna buy it and then it smells like, like mildew or." So that's my haunted haunted experience. So it's been a lot for me to do all these videos. I am like, it's a lot. 25 videos, and they're all long form videos. I mean, I'm sure there's like content creators that do like 5 videos a week or whatever, but I also run the eBay store myself and do the shipping
Right.
myself,
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
you're doing it all.
and at Christmas time, what am I thinking? Like, I still got to do like, things. Yeah. Like, this year, our tree we have a small Christmas tree, and
Hmm.
I put the small one up this year because
Yeah.
it's one of those that's like I leave decorated. I just put it in the attic decorated,
Oh, you put
so all I have to do is pull it
it.
out.
Yeah. Have you heard? No, I don't have my Christmas stuff up yet. Have you heard tacky Christmas? I'm insulted because that's what my Christmas tree looks like every year.
Oh,
Like, I
no.
just have
Like,
ornaments I
what
put up.
is
Like, I don't have a theme or, you know?
oh,
And
okay.
that's what the kids
Mhm.
like on TikTok and everywhere. They're like, "Oh, let's do tacky Christmas." Like, F you. That's what I've always, but I just have ornaments and I put them on there, and maybe I put some tinsel or something
Right.
or garland, whatever.
Oh, okay.
So I guess I'll be in style this year. Although I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. We bought furniture. We used to have like a couple chairs in our family room, and we'd put one in the other room and put the Christmas tree in the corner. And our
Yeah.
ceiling in there is higher because it's slants up. Anyway,
Cathedral?
yeah, kind of, but not. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Drew's like, I don't know. He goes, I don't know if this is gonna fit in the regular. Like if we put it in the other room, like it might be a
Huh.
little too high. I'm not sure. I think it'll be okay, but I think it might touch the ceiling. Like we might have to bend the top of it.
Oh, no.
Like I think I have a 7 foot tray, and that's what the rest of my ceilings are. But
Yeah, my normal Christmas tree is 9 feet tall, and I was like,
oh
"I just don't
geez,
wanna deal with it this year."
mm.
Yeah,
with
especially with
with
I
Vlogmas.
should have done it
Yep.
especially with that, yeah. I should have done it, like, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving so I wouldn't have to think about it, because typically I put the tree up well, it was up before Thanksgiving, the little one. Well, the little one is, I'm looking at it now, it's like 4 feet tall, so
Hmm.
it's not I
It's
mean,
not super. It's not.
that's a little
Yeah,
tree,
it's not as small
I
as
just
like
didn't want the other one I have to get
my grandmother or mother-in-law
yeah, I have to
had
get a
on
ladder.
the table. That's what they did.
Oh,
That's what
and
my
that was
mom
all
wants to
they
do this
have?
year.
Yeah. There's more presents you can just stack around it.
The
We have it on a table, like a little accent table, like a round it's a round table,
yeah.
so we have it, on the table, and then I have, little Christmas trees that you're supposed to put in your front yard. Like, you're supposed to, like, line your driveway with them.
Right.
They're, like, 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
So I put those in pots. So they're, like, different heights, and
The
it's all
tree.
around that table. So
Yeah.
it looks cute.
Now, when do you undecorate for Christmas?
Like the first week or 2 of January,
Yeah.
but
Okay. That's good.
who knows?
I was
Well,
just wondering if you
gonna
were
say,
one of
like,
those people that
June
take it down the 26th. I'm like, it's
oh,
like,
no.
no. Well, see, my birthday's like a little more than a week after Christmas. And we'll always lift it up till
Uh-huh.
then. But like, I had my friend and I that I used to teach with, she's like me. It doesn't get up putting up it doesn't get put up till later, and we have a little unspoken contest on who takes it down the latest.
Oh, really?
Because when we were teaching, it's like you come back to school, and the last thing you want to do is come home and take your tree down, right? Yeah, we'd be
True.
like, we'll send it. Be like mid end of January. Send the pictures, still there.
Oh my god. Oh my
Have you taken your tree down? Yeah. So
I
now that we don't work together anymore, but when we would be there, she'll like come in after a weekend. Take your tree down yet? No. And she would
do
have a
you
huge
decorate
one like yours, like a big 9-foot one. Mine's not that big, but
do you guys decorate the outside of your house?
yeah, we put
Any
lights and
with
stuff up.
anything?
Uh-huh. Have a big
Yeah.
I have lights like on my walkway, like candy canes, like little ones, like your trees,
Uh-huh.
And then we have a
Yeah.
big snowman. I used to have those deer. I mean, I still have them. I didn't get rid of them. I'm like, they don't light. Part of them doesn't light up anymore, and it's like I know we can fix this.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The deer, that are like
What is it?
white, like
The card like not the cardboard, but the wooden deer? Like the white ones?
yeah, that are like all like woven. You know what I mean? Just
Oh,
white
yeah, yeah,
woven,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
the lights are woven in that. And I really like them, but like
Uh-huh.
the lights partially don't light up on them. But we have a big snowman. I think we got at Target like years ago. I like him. My husband and my son put lights on the bushes.
I don't think we're gonna do it this year, but, we like to, wrap the lights around the trees. You know how people wrap them around
Yeah.
all the
Uh-huh.
branches as they
Yeah.
go up, and it looks so, like,
Yeah.
elegant?
Uh-huh.
We like to do that, but it ain't happening this year. But I do have, I have a this is the extent, I think, this year. Well, there is a wreath on the front door. There is 2 nutcracker blow molds that are
Oh
vintage.
yeah. You told me
I
that. Uh-huh.
bought it at a thrift store, like, 3 years ago, and I
Right.
only paid $9 a piece. I think
Nice.
this was before they knew blow molds
Before they
were,
kind of blew up.
whatever.
Haha, pun intended.
Mhm. And I still have, squash or Tahitian melon squash are still down there, like, fully so I've got Halloween and Christmas, going on. I could just spray paint them white
It's
and
just
leave them
you could
there.
paint them.
That would be cute.
Make
I
that
think I could.
make that
Like, I got
Santa's
time
hat
for
or
that.
something. Paint one like Santa.
I do have a gourd that I bought at, I don't know where I got it. It had to been like an estate sale, but it's a gourd and it was painted. It's red and it's got Santa and like a scenery on it.
Mhm.
I have that. That would be good out there, but it's hollowed out, one of those hollowed out
Yeah.
ones.
I still have fall
But
wreath
that's
on
it.
my
That's all we're
door.
doing for oh,
I
it's okay. I got
last year
pumpkins.
my old the Christmas wreath that I have that's just, fake stuff that I would put out every year. It's just it's starting to
Mhm.
look stuff has been falling off of it. Like I was gluing stuff on it. It's kind of getting ratty. I need a new one. They're so
Uh-huh.
expensive. So we used to have this store. It was like a local, like New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania. I think it was out of New Jersey. It was called AC Moore. It was the best. It was like a Michael's. It was a craft store, but it was better. They just had nicer stuff, and they would have ladies in there. They would make wreaths and have them, and they were always so nice, as
Uh-huh.
opposed to what they have at like they had a whole floral department. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they would make wreaths there. They would make you bows. Those ladies would tie bows and stuff, but they don't have that
Yeah.
stuff at Michael's. And the Michael's wreaths, for as expensive as they aren't as nice. Like I'd be willing to pay up for a nice wreath if it wasn't so chintzy. So anyway,
Yeah.
last year, Costco had like real wreaths with decorations on them and everything. Like I
Uh,
think they were real. We're hoping they didn't
mhm.
have them last week when I made my husband look. He said they didn't have them yet,
Yeah.
so I want to get one of those probably
So it's
for
like
this year.
they're like real pine needles, like real
I
pine?
think they were
Is that what you
real. Yeah,
mean?
they had like a bow on them, and
I love the smell of pine, like a
yeah, me
real
too.
Christmas tree.
Hmm.
I love it, but we don't do it. I do have
Mm-mm.
a Scentsy wax that's
Yeah,
called,
I
like,
do that. I burn a
Douglas
candle.
fir or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
Douglas fir, that's the best
I
one.
have it on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't have
love it.
real. I'm allergic to. When I was a little kid,
You
I
are?
kept getting sick. She's like a couple years in a row, I got sick and then it like turned into bronchitis and the doctor was like,
Wow.
"Get rid of the real tree. I think she's allergic." Like and
No
so
way.
the pediatrician told my mom that and they got rid of it and I was fine. But I am when I go
Wow.
into somebody's house that has a real tree, I get a little
Sniffly?
sniffly. Mhm.
That's so weird. So, like, if you I'm like, "Hmm." So if you go on a hike or something in the woods, can you not, like, go in the woods? How does that work?
Can my allergies will bother me if I stayed there. It's like living in the house with the pine tree. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
a couple years ago, we went to the Outer Banks. Was it the Outer Banks or was it Tops? Outer Banks. The we went in the spring, like over spring break. The particular week we went, about halfway through the week, the pine trees were blooming, they
Yeah.
had I was like, I had a headache and my eyes were itchy. I was like, I'm glad we were like leaving. I
Yeah.
was like, I mean, I took
Yeah.
allergy medicine. Look, back in the dark ages, they didn't have a whole lot of allergy medicine. That's why it got so bad.
Yeah, it gets bad. It gets so bad. I'm sure
Mhm.
it gets as bad here as it does in Outer Banks. Like,
Yeah.
they'll open, drop all the yellow, and then when
Uh-huh.
it rains, it's
Yeah.
like a river of
We
yellow.
we
It is
went we went
crazy.
this spring. We went down to Williamsburg for a few days. And I was like, ew. We went to a restaurant that was down from like where we stayed, the hotel. I go, ew, what is that in this puddle? Because it had rained before we got there. It was like the first night we got there. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's pollen.
It gets crazy, crazy. A river of yellow.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Hmm.
And you get, like, I'm sure everywhere does, you get, like, the little high pollen alerts on your phone.
Yep. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh my god." I was like, "I can't imagine having, like, allergies or anything
Yeah.
and having to
So
deal with
that bothers me.
that."
Actually, it doesn't bother me as I don't get as bad. When I went like gluten free, it kind of I don't get as bad. I used to have like constant year round postnasal drip. I don't have that anymore. Of course, I'm telling you today when my nose is all, I'm like, and because my husband didn't turn the humidifier on the heater and my nose is all dry.
Yeah, true.
But I don't. It's not as bad as when I was a kid. Like that was really bad. But yeah, we get like
Mm,
when the terrible pollen, and I'm like certain things bother me more, than other things. Like grass pollen bothers me a lot. So it depends on what's out there.
yeah.
And we don't
Oh,
have quite as
man.
many pine. I mean, there's pine trees here, but not quite as many as down there. You guys have a lot more.
Yeah, we do. It's everywhere. Like, I remember being little, that's all you would see is pine and,
Yeah.
like, some oaks or whatever, and then
Mm-hmm.
when you go on vacation, you're like, Where are all the pine trees? They don't have pine trees here." Speaking of, like, little, I was thinking about this yesterday too, it's so funny. It's because 'cause I'm editing and I'm seeing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We went to, like, an antique mall, and there was, like, a shelf filled with old, like, like, not clocks, radios that, for your mantle or whatever, like, from the
Or
old
like
days,
the old, yeah.
and, yeah, the old like, they were wooden, in, like, wooden cases and things like
Right.
that. Well, we had one, growing up in my house, and it was just for decoration, and it lived on top of, like, our shelf in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and I was you're just so young that you just don't know stuff. So, I remember that I would, like, pull the radio down and plug it in, and in my little mind, I thought that if you plugged it in and turned it on, it would play old music. And it was like, I was like, "Oh, wonder if this'll play old stuff." It's just a radio. It's a radio. I had no idea, like, oh, they pick up, the same channels as my normal radio in my bedroom.
Aw,
Oh, the innocence. I know.
baby
Oh, it's
Amy.
so funny. I was probably, like, 10, so not too little. Oh, man.
Hi, friends. Be sure to join the Flipping Fantastic podcast crew for more eBay tips, reselling tricks, and all the laughs you didn't know you needed. Don't wait. Click the subscribe button. The best flipping stories are yet to come.
We should do our female reseller of the
Yes,
week before we forget. We'll just keep talking, and then we'll go, "Oh my gosh, we have to do this."
I know.
But it is Miss Ashley from Hustle at Home Mom. Um, I personally love watching Ashley stuff. She goes to yard sales, and she goes to some,
There she is. Okay.
like, thrift stores, but I feel like they're, like, not discontinued, but, like, overstock from, like, Sundance and all that good stuff, and she finds the best, like, she finds, like, Lululemon and, like, good hiking stuff, I think because she lives in, Utah. So, I feel like she finds a lot of good outdoor high-end brands, and then
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
yard sales, she always finds amazing things too, like, Coach and Kate Spade and just all this good stuff.
That's
So,
crazy. I
I love
never see
watching her.
that stuff at like
Mhm.
yard sales. Do you? Like, I don't. Maybe like you'll
I
find an old
do.
an old Kate Spade wallet that's a hot mess or something. You know what I mean? Nothing good.
Yeah, I'll see Coach stuff. Well, it just depends on the neighborhood I'm in, like, because I won't buy it unless I know the neighborhood. Like,
Right.
there's some $1,000,000 plus homes that I'll go to their yard sales.
Yeah.
I'll buy them with confidence. I'll check them over, but, like, I
Yeah.
feel like they're
Right.
legit. Yeah, but if I see it at, like, a neighborhood that's, got chain link fence or something, I don't know. No offense if you got a chain link fence, I don't know. But I probably won't buy the Coach bag from that house. At
Amy's
least over here.
Amy's discriminating.
I'm
I know.
not, I'm not. It's just
Just kidding. I know what
it's
you
just our
mean.
area. This is our area. I'm in a little bubble. I have, like, equestrian fence around me, so that's all I see, you know? So, all over the place. But I don't see them too much either. And even if when I find them in the thrift stores, well, we see them a lot at the auction, and they're not. They're fake. They're
Yeah.
fake, like bad
Mhm.
fakes. The Dooney and Burke has that circle logo with the duck on it,
Mhm.
and it'll come right off. It's glued on, like at the auction. I'm like, "Bro, what are you doing?
It's not
They're
even a
supposed to
good
be."
fake, right?
And
Yeah.
no, it's not even a good fake. Not even. And the coloring of the stitching is, like, off and stuff like that. But no, I don't see too much of that. And then if I do see it in the thrift, it's like $99 and it's probably retails for $99.
Right. Yeah, so I guess the
Don't
area she's
cancel
in,
me.
oh, it's like you're in a military area, so you find a lot of military stuff. She's in a, outdoorsy hiking area, so that's what she finds. That's cool.
Yeah. And when TJ, her husband, is on,
Yeah.
it's the so funny. TJ's the funniest. Like, everybody loves TJ. They're like, "Yay, TJ's in the video," or, whatever like that. And her, editor is, she has a really good editor too. So it's like, oh, you he does a good job editing her videos.
Oh, she
I'm
has
like,
somebody else edit?
Mhm. Yeah. Well, sometimes she'll edit them, but she has an editor. He edits some other YouTubers, videos too, so
Hmm.
he does a good job. Sometimes he's editing, he'll even, like, edit him in it, like, himself, like, saying but yeah,
Hmm.
it's
I need to I don't I
good.
she's new to me, so I have to watch. Um, I have to see her.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised. She has, like, I swear she has, like, a 500,000 followers.
She has
I think it's pretty high, right?
197,000
Oh,
subscribers.
oh, wow. I thought she had a lot more than that. Wonder what that's great. Go check her out. Hustle at Home Mom, Ashley. She's, she's flipping fantastic.
Yeah, she's got Instagram and a Facebook page. I'm
I
going to
know.
check her out. Everyone
I
else should
know.
too.
You won't, regret it. You'll just be jealous because she finds
Yeah,
amazing things.
right?
So what are you got any, like, estate sales and things coming up? Like,
I
how
don't
does
know.
your
I didn't
winters
check.
look?
Yeah, I didn't check to see if there was any this
Yeah.
weekend.
I didn't
I
know if
don't know.
they, like, dry up in the winter or,
No,
do they
not
still have them, like,
not
full on?
particularly, but I don't know if there'll be many between now and Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Yeah, there's not too
just
many,
because people just don't do it now. They've got other things to do. Um, but they don't
yeah.
it's not like I know some people say, oh, estate sales, there's no estate sales till like next spring or something. But we have them all we just have them whenever. They're just whenever. Whenever
Yeah.
somebody's ready to downsize or somebody unfortunately passes on, they happen. So, but I haven't checked to see if there's any
Yeah,
coming up.
that's how it is here too. Yeah, there's one company that I swear they have an estate sale, like, every weekend. Like,
Yeah,
they must be, like, the most popular one.
right.
And unfortunately, it's my least favorite one too.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's just like a bummer.
that stinks.
So I'm like, darn it. I know. But they do get, really good in the spring. Like, that's my favorite. My favorite part of the spring is the fresh inventory at yard sales and
Yeah,
state sales and stuff like that. Like,
right.
it's just the best. Like, I swear every spring, like, I find the most amazing stuff, like, and in bulk too. Like, all of my since I've been doing the YouTube videos,
Yeah.
it's just like that early spring is like banger after banger. It's like, "Whoa, this is amazing." And then, of course, in the fall, it starts to, like, dry up and it's like slim pickings, but,
Well, yeah, yeah.
whatever.
Ooh,
Mhm.
one of mine has one this
What, an
weekend.
estate sale?
Yeah, one of my favorites. Ooh, it's
Oh.
in a good area too. Probably a good one. I'll have to head up
You
there.
can, take your what do you have? You don't have a GoPro, you have what? What do you have?
I have lots of
Do you
different
have a
cameras.
GoPro?
No, I don't. But I was considering they're on, they're on sale for. I was considering getting one. No, I have my Osmo Pocket 3. Love that thing.
Okay.
I have Insta 360, like that one, but doesn't the
Oh,
battery
okay.
doesn't last very long in that. And I have my phone. It just depends.
Yeah.
Depends on where I am and
Uh-huh.
what I feel comfortable holding. Sometimes I don't feel
Right.
comfortable holding a regular camera, and I'll just turn my phone on and just be like, do 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 do, just
Yeah.
walk around like this.
Just embrace it. Do it, Mo. Get yourself a
Oh, I know. I
mic
have to get
and
myself
just
back in. I have like a list of stuff that I want to get, like goals for the new year. I'm going to try and start them now, but
uh,
like, for my channel to get back, this channel, we have goals for
yeah,
this, which is subscribe, people. Click the button. We need subscribe. Also,
please. And
watch,
share it.
share. Yeah. And watch and go
Yeah.
back and watch some old ones. They're pretty good. Go turn it on and just leave it on while you're working. Just play all our
Yes.
videos
We
because we
need
could.
we're being honest. We need watch hours.
We do.
So, we just have to get them a little jump in the watch hours.
Please give us some watch hours.
Yes,
Yeah, we're not too
share it
humble
to
to
your
beg.
grandma, your aunt, your
Yeah,
grandparents. Tell them to subscribe
right.
just for the just even if they're just subscribing, throw it on, little lady talk.
Hmm.
They'll love it. Just don't
Great.
watch the, Thanksgiving one 'cause, I brought some inappropriate Thanksgiving food.
Don't put that on for your
Apparently.
grandma. Well, depends on what how your grandma is. She might think it's funny.
True. Yes, this is true. I did see that, Teresa from Grams and Pops said, like, something like, "Leave it to Amy to bring the most inappropriate food
Uh-huh.
to Thanksgiving," something
That
like
wasn't
that.
the
I was like,
most
"Oh my god."
inappropriate one of those melons that you have, though. Not melons,
That's how
squash.
they grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a melon. It's a Tahitian melon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
they're huge. They're huge. Like, that one that I sent Mo, like, a picture of our biggest, Tahitian melon, and it's probably, like, 12 to 16 inches, like, across, and it's just shaped like a big C. It's like they're huge, and I've seen just because we watch gardening channels and things, I've seen some of those melons get like huge, Mo, like, 18, 20 inches. And then the part that holds the seeds is like almost like a basketball size, like a volleyball basketball size. It's
Uh-huh.
insane. Those would be the good seeds to harvest to grow for next year. Anyway, I'll get off the gardening topic. We
Gardening
like to
talk.
garden.
Gardening talk.
It is. We like it.
My mom bought
Mhm.
me a.
Yeah.
We went to this. It's like it's a garden center. It Well, not
Huh.
like a greenhouse, but at Christmas time, the inside is just all trees, and they have themes on each tree with the ornaments. I mean, you buy the ornaments. So we went in there. My mom bought me a little a little succulent. She's like, "You can't kill this." I'm like, "Watch me." It's like, but it had a little cardinal in it and a little like snowman or something. Just a little pick or a mushroom or something in there. It was cute. So fingers crossed that I don't kill it.
Are you gonna put it in your Christmas tree? Or do you put it like is it a magnet and you put it on your fridge?
Well, it's just a pot. It's a little
You know?
pot. It's a potted plant.
Okay,
It's
okay.
a real plant.
Yeah, you won't kill it. We're gonna keep updates on this plant. I'm gonna ask you every week how your plant's doing.
As of right now, I have 3 plants. No, I have 4. I have 4 plants now, including that succulent,
Huh.
that are still alive. I have a jade plant. At some point, I need to put it in a bigger pot, but it's little. It's so little, I have it on the windowsill, so it gets a lot of sun. I have a snake plant. Snake.
Okay, I like
Okay.
those.
That one's still going strong. I have the which I just watered. I was like, "Ooh, I gotta water this plant." The the one
Mhm.
that gets real long, and you have one.
Pothos?
Yeah, that one. He was
Yeah.
looking a little
Those
wilty.
are
I think he was looking a little wilty because the heat's been on the last couple days, and I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta water him." So he's okay now.
huh, yeah. Those are hard to kill, so you should be good. They tell you when they need water. When they're wilty, they tell you,
So yeah,
like,
it
"Hey,
was
feed
wilty.
me."
Yeah, it was wilty. So far, I've been doing good. I've been doing good. I've had those. I've had the pothos and the snake plant for a while, since the beginning of the spring, since the spring. So, but see, I
Oh,
inherited my
okay.
grandmother's. like, black thumb. She didn't have any plants. She'd kill
Oh,
them.
no.
So my aunts gave her fake plant. She'd have a fake
Oh
plant.
my god. Yeah, we have pothos. Oh, like, we have lots of them. Like,
Hmm.
I'll cut the clippings and
Yeah, because you can
propagate
cut
them
them.
and
Yeah.
grow.
Uh-huh. And that's where I got
Mhm. Yeah.
some from my mom, because she has them and she clips them off and gives them to me. So
Yeah.
I actually have one in water from her, and then I have one that I bought in a pot. So the one in
Yeah.
water
That's
is
awesome.
still small.
And like, you can't go bad with them because they like to be root bound too, so you don't even have to worry about, like,
Oh,
transferring them
like,
into a bigger pot. Like,
right.
that's when they're root bound is when they start to string off and
They
make,
string make new
climb.
plant. Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember, I found this, little tiny frog. It was really old. It had to have been, like, from the '50s or something. It's like a little tiny frog ceramic. I don't know what it was. I said it was a planter, but it had no hole in the bottom. But I, put it listed on eBay. This was, like, a couple years ago. I listed on eBay and it sold, and I put one of my pothos clippings in the picture,
Yeah.
and I said, you know the frog planters for sale. If you want the clipping, just let me know and I'll send it to you. And they bought it and they said, "Oh yeah, can you send me the clipping?" So I just put it in, like a Ziploc bag and wrapped a wet paper towel
Uh-huh. Yeah.
around the root, and I sent it to him.
They probably made it fine.
So
Oh,
I'm sure, I'm sure it did.
why am
I
I
was,
stuck?
I don't know. I see it. You're stuck here too. You're frozen in time, Mel.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good. Yeah. It's
That's
like,
weird.
do you know what the screen reminds me of, Mel?
You jinxed us when you talked about Corey and Ken having
Oh my god,
issues. I don't know why it did
I
that.
don't know.
It just froze. And then
Oh, yeah.
it just slowly stopped everything. Okay.
When it froze, I did you hear what I was saying? Like, what it reminded me of?
No,
Could you hear that part? Oh my
I
gosh.
don't think
I
so.
said that
Or I wasn't
I
paying
said
attention.
I said, "Mo, when your screen froze, it reminded me of, that show back in the day that was, like, the dating game, and, like, they would be talking, and it would freeze, and then you would hear, like, a typewriter, and it would go, "Tit-tit-tit-tit-tit. Mo from Southern California is a receptionist, loves this, loves that," and it would
I'm
just be, like,
frozen
this
again.
freeze frame of them talking.
I'm frozen
You
again.
what?
I'm frozen again.
No, oh, yeah, you are. Oh, no.
Did it freeze on uglier pictures of me? Like, I don't know what the problem is.
Earlier it froze, but it only froze for, like, maybe 10 seconds,
Hmm.
but then it kicked back in.
Did it freeze
Well,
on an uglier picture of me? I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why I don't know why it's freezing for me. Like, this is all pulling from, I don't know. Whatever. I'm done. Bye.
Thanks so much for watching, and check out more of our videos right here. We're flipping out.